Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? Happy Valentine's Day. It's a really great day for many and a really hard day for many others. A really tough day. I woke up remembering the very deep loneliness that today would bring. And I also woke up remembering my Valentine is in Ohio right now. I got to watch a Super Bowl while he got to wait and move super slow on at the border. And yeah, we're not gonna talk about that very much, but it was very, very slow. He was interacting with some people, and he was being very generous, I guess, with his time. When kickoff of the Super Bowl started, he was 6 kilometers away from the border, and he did not cross the border until after the winner was announced. So yes, it wasn't super easy, but I tried to keep calling him after every quarter, fill him in, and then the last 2 minutes of the game, I literally just told him what was happening because that was the best part of the game. It was, anyway, we're not even going to talk about the game, but that was the best part of the game. So, but he has this interruption into his schedule. Like, he's got to be somewhere and back, and he's having to talk to dispatch, and I can't move. Like, they know because everybody's calling them saying we can't move. And so they were just all these guys lined up. I'm sure there were girls lined up too. I just don't know them. But the ones I know of that were in that line, they just kept going. And it was interesting because some would react with, well, we knew this was going to happen. I'm just going to stay as positive as possible. And some were just steaming and cursing out everyone, government and blockade and like everybody. And it was just your reactions to interruptions. They are when the fruit of the Spirit show. They are when it is evident whether your spirit is truly connected to Holy Spirit or not. The reactions to interruptions are what show others, Jesus' love in you. And the people on the other end of these interruptions, they're fellow image bearers. And then, so I was going from flexibility to thinking about interruptions. And then this morning, of course, because, it's always fun to watch this happen. Bob Goff is talking about interruptions, and loving people the way Jesus did means living a life of constant interruptions. And I love this part here. God says people are the purpose. It doesn't matter whether our plans succeed or fail if the people around us don't feel wanted. And he gives an extreme example of being available for interruptions, and he's saying that it's not for everybody. And his beautiful wife, who he calls Sweet Maria, she would be putting up with a whole lot of stuff that not very many women would be able to cope with, because he does live a life of interruptions, and he allows people to call him out of the blue, and he will pick up unless he's on an airplane. Like, yeah, it's interesting to see him live such a very full life and get so much accomplished and be able to do so much, and yet he allows interruptions like crazy. And I think it's one of those things that when you give of yourself, you have more than to give away. Like, you rebuild. It's kind of like tearing down muscle when you're weightlifting, and then the muscle gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Tear and heal, tear and heal, tear and heal. And I think his schedule is extremely muscular, because of how it has been with him as far as available for interruptions. So it's just one of those concepts I'm thinking about this week. When we have special days, like this week is Valentine's, next week is Family Day, sometimes we want to do things on the day, right? Our kid's birthday, but maybe they're with their other parent, or maybe there's other things that are booked, like, I don't know, school, church. And it's like, well, do we have to do things on the day, or can we be interrupted and just celebrate this concept some other time? And you have to figure that out. Like Christmas, obviously, there's a day there. You're supposed to. But anyway, you got to figure those things out for your family and for you. But being willing to be interrupted. And if there is a single person out there in your world right now, today's the kind of day where you got to be their family. And you have to be their stand-in. You're encouraging them not to have some sort of inappropriate, unpure relationship outside of a marriage. And they don't have a marriage. And so it's time for you to step up and step in and really notice them. All right? So grab your phone, make some phone calls, tell some people that you love them very, very, very much, because they are valuable. And that's what I'm telling you right now. Those of you that have lost your spouse and you live alone surrounded by memories. You live alone surrounded by pictures of yesteryear. I'm sorry for your loss, and I love you. I see you. I'm sending you hugs. Those of you that have never had a love or had one and lost it, and you are very lonely today. That loneliness comes out your eyeballs. It's okay. Take a deep breath. I'm not going to give you trite little things like, oh, Jesus loves you. You have enough. I know. It hurts and it's lonely. I love you. I see you. And I'm sending you hugs. Those of you that are in a relationship but shouldn't be, but are fighting for it because that's what you're supposed to do, and you're drowning and you don't know what to do. There's no love there. I see you. If you are in danger, get out. Call, and we'll help facilitate the getting out. But if you're fighting for something because there's not a lot of danger, but there's no love left, and you want that to return, reconciliation, but today is very lonely. Doesn't matter who's warming the next side of the bed, it's lonely. I love you. I see you. I'm sending you massive hugs. Hold on. Hold on. You're going to be okay. For those of you that are celebrating, because oh my goodness, this part of you is finally fulfilled, and you have what you have desired in your heart for a very long time. And you're celebrating and you're happy. Do not allow anything to squelch that joy. You are allowed to celebrate even as others are lonely. You're allowed. So get out there in the living room and crank up the music and dance and breathe deeply. This is your time. I see you. I love you. And I'm sending you hugs because I'm so happy for you. And for those of you who have long-term, steady relationships, look again at your spouse. Look again at your partner. Go through memories together and go make some more. Love you. I see you. And I'm sending you hugs. Mwah. Know that I love you. Bye.